Yeah, I know I had to come outside just to flex.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Niyy, and I'm here with my very first video.
And don't be judging my happy dance, period.
Well, this is my second video because I recorded this video already and like it didn't save, so now I gotta record it again. But if this don't save, I'm going to bed because it's like 10 o'clock right now and I'm tired. But anyway, before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on my social medias. So I'm gonna give you a second.
I've been to this class for 3 years and I never.
I'll wait!
Done? Now you can finish the video.
Got done?
Anyway, so this was back when I was living in Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn with my grandmother, her husband, my auntie, and my brother. We was all living in one house, well, one apartment in Brooklyn or whatever. And my grandmother, she was very strict. If you know me personally, you know my grandma don't go for none of that stuff that I be trying to play. So I couldn't like go nowhere. Like people knew not to invite me to stuff because they was like, yeah, we already know she gonna say no, so we not even gonna invite you type stuff. So yeah, that was me or whatever. I was like that girl that, you know, couldn't go nowhere. But I mean, I didn't care. I mean, I did because I felt like I was in prison. After I got older, I was just like, who are you? Like, I didn't do what I want, period. Yeah, that's just how that was my mood after like a while. But I had this friend. We're gonna call her Nikki because her name rhymes with Nikki, so we're gonna call her Nikki. So me and Nikki was like best friends, and my grandmother for some reason let me hang with her, which was not a good idea because she was definitely a bad influence on me.
Me and Nikki was basically like
But anyway, my lips feel dry. Hold on, y'all. So she let me hang around Nikki or whatever because she was like, I don't know. She just let me hang around her. So we was always together. You see me, you see Nikki. You see Nikki, you see me. You got beef with Nikki, you got beef with me. Period. That's how we went. But I had a boyfriend of 4 years. So like it was like from like 5th grade or 4th grade to like 8th grade. Like we was together for a little minute. Like we was together the whole middle school. I remember that. But anyway, keep my boyfriend in mind. We're gonna name him Blue because he thought he was Crip, so we're gonna name him Blue. So me and Blue was together for a little minute or whatever. Then you got Nikki, my best friend. Mind y'all, my grandmother, me and a boy was not even on her mind, like, cause she was like, she ain't having no boyfriend. It ain't none of that. Like, nope. No. But y'all, I had a boyfriend for 4 years without her knowing. Up until this day.
I wasn't literally talking about up until this day. I was talking about up until the day I got caught.
Anyway, so me and Nikki, we was like always together or whatever, and I used to tell like, oh, I'm going to Nikki's house or whatever, and everything was cool. Like, she trusts me to go over there, but she didn't trust me to do nothing else. Cause she trusted Nikki. She didn't trust me, she trusted Nikki. But that's neither here nor there.
I have no explanation for this clip.
I get distracted easily. I need to fix that. Anyway, so it was one day. I'm gonna just cut to the chase. So it was this one day. My grandmother, she had a doctor's appointment or whatever. So she came to my school to give me my keys. She was on like the PTA or whatever, so she could just walk right into the school and do what she got to do and dip. So she came to my school or whatever. I was like in class and they called me downstairs or whatever, and she told me, already, nobody's gonna be home. Here's the keys. Don't let nobody in. Period. That was my only rule. Don't let nobody in. So I went back to class or whatever, and I had my little keys and I was showing off. I'm like, oh yeah, because everybody wasn't allowed to, you know. That was like a I was like cool points in middle school. So I'm like, oh, I got the keys, I got the keys, I got the keys, keys. Period. So I was hyped or whatever. So somebody told my boyfriend, I think it was Nikki. Nikki was like, she gonna be home alone or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, oh. So I guess he knew that. So he was like, oh, can I walk you home? And I was like, yes. I was like, yes, you can. Or whatever. So we walking home. It was after school. We got out of school at like 2:40. We walking home. I live like right across the street from the school. So we walking home or whatever. He gave me a kiss in front of my door. And then he left. He went about his day. Because he was not coming in. Like, I was too scared for a boy to be in the house. Like, with just me and you. Like, no. I was scared. So, what happened? Oh, so I went in the house or whatever. And I didn't have a phone, y'all. Like, mind you, it was just me and 4 walls. I was on lockdown. So, I didn't have no phone or nothing. But my grandmother had this iPad or whatever. But her iPad was, like, linked up with her iPhone. So, anything I do on the iPad goes to her phone. At the time, I knew that, but I was just like, I could delete it real fast and it'll delete on her iPhone. Okay. Yeah, so I logged onto Facebook. Another thing I was not supposed to have. Facebook, phone, boyfriend. Wasn't supposed to have none of this stuff, but look at me, sneaking around, being the sneaky little girl that I am. Or that I was. I'm on Facebook or whatever, and I'm texting Nikki, and I'm like, yo, Nikki, what you doing? Like, you know, what you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm with my boyfriend, because she had a boyfriend. We gonna name the boyfriend Scar. I don't know, just Scar. So she was like, oh, I'm with Scar or whatever, and I'm like, oh, word. And Scar and Blue was like, they was like best friends, like how is Blue with you? Cause let me know. She like, oh yeah, he with us or whatever, da da da. I'm like, oh, that's cool. What he doing? Period. Like, I'm trying to figure out what my dude doing. So I'm like, what he doing? And she was like, nothing. He just chilling, da da da. So a couple minutes later, I hear a on my door. So I'm like, is my grandmother back this fast? Like, dang. So I look through the little peephole. I'm looking like, who is that? Why I see Nikki, Blue, Scar's homeboy, and mad at the people, like not mad at the people. I think it was like,
it was Blue, Scar, Nikki. It was Scar's homeboy and Scar's homeboy little brother.
Or whatever. So I'm looking like, why are all y'all here? So I open the door like, what are y'all doing here? Like, I'm scared. I'm like, what are y'all doing here? Oh, and I'm looking at Nikki like, you brought all these people to my house knowing how my grandma don't play. Like, y'all tripping. Like, my grandma don't play and you brought all these people to my spot. So she was like, but you said you was home alone. Da, 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 da. You said you was home alone. I was like, I am, but like, I don't know when she gonna come back. But I mean, y'all could, you know, we could chill for a little bit, but I don't know when she gonna come back, y'all. Everybody on my block knew my grandma don't play, so whatever. So they was in the living room, and then Nikki and Scar went in my room, and me and Blue went to my brother's room, cause like my brother had like a TV. I didn't have a TV in my room, so they could go in there, but my brother had a TV, so we was watching TV in my brother's room, laying up, but nothing really happened. Like, we was just like, the most we did was kiss, but like that was it, or whatever. And I hear another knock on the door, on like my brother's door, because we had that door closed. So I hear the knock, and it's Scar, and Scar's like, it's somebody at your front door. And I'm like,
bro, what are you talking about?
What you mean? What do you mean it's somebody at the front door? And he's like, somebody's at the front door. So I'm like, I'm walking to the door, and it's like a long hallway before you get to my door, my front door. So I'm like,
God, please be Jehovah's Witness. Because I cannot explain why these voices in the house right now. Lord, please let this be Jehovah's Witness.
so I'm praying, simple prayer. I get to the door, turn a little thing, look, grandma and her husband. I'm like, oh my gosh. Mind you, all their shoes, all the food, everything, they book bags, everything, jackets, everything is everywhere. So I'm like, y'all need to hurry up and get everything out now. So I'm doing like one of those. They taking their slow time. I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So they all just started running to my bathroom. So I'm like, whatever, stay in the bathroom, da da da. Lock the door. Blue still standing next to me like he cool with my grandmother. Like, I'm like, what you got going on? Go with them. He was trying to hide in the closet that's right next to my door, which I should have let him because they don't go in that closet, so they would never have known. But I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, they all in there. Just go with them in the bathroom. But I had 2 bathrooms at my crib, so it was like the bathroom that nobody used. Like, nobody used that bathroom, so we would have been good because I knew she was gonna go back out, or whatever, and she see the food on the thing. First of all, rule number 1, we was not allowed to have food in the living room. So when she seen that, she was like, giving me a side eye already. She was like, I was like, So I took the food, or it was pretzels. It wasn't food. It was like pretzels or whatever, and it was like a big bucket of pretzels. She know I don't eat pretzels. Like, I hate pretzels. They nasty. So I took the pretzels. I threw them out. I'm standing next to this woman everywhere she go. I'm just up under her. Like, I'm standing next to her making sure she does not go in this direction. Like, period. Like, at all. So she came back or whatever. She went in the fridge. I think she got like a Pepsi or something. And she was looking for a credit card. And they was going to go back out. Her husband was going to go back out. So what happened? So she found her credit card. She on her way back out the door. All I hear from the bathroom that they all hiding in this, the freaking shower curtain closing. I'm like, who just got in the shower? Like, what the? I was like, what? So she turned back like, what is that? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, who's here? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, who is in here? Denaya, who is in here? And I was like, I'm over here acting clueless. I'm like, I don't know who's in the bathroom. We went to the bathroom or whatever. They got the door locked. So I'm like, what the? Like, what? If y'all gonna hide in the shower, what did y'all lock? Like, I'm confused. Like, what? If y'all locked the door, why y'all hiding in the shower? And if y'all, like, I don't understand. The same thing vice versa. Like, what are y'all doing both for? So she trying to open the door and she was banging on it. She was like, open door, da 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 da, yelling, screaming, hollering to the top of her lungs. They open the door, unlock the door, whatever, and they walking straight out the front door. They was not trying to look at her. They was not trying to talk to her. They was not trying to do none of that. So they walked straight out the front door. And she was like, get the F out of my house, get out my house. And she looked at me and she was like, you got these doors in my house. What y'all was doing? I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. It was just like nothing. Like, nothing happened. I don't know. I'm over here just like I'm over here fumbling with my words because I'm trying to put together a little lie real quick, but it's not coming out. So I just started laughing. Like, I laugh under pressure. So I just started laughing. She's like, you think this is funny? And I'm like, no. And I just started laughing again. Because you're not finna, like, yell at me in front of my man. Like, no ma'am. So that was that or whatever. They left and they ran out the building or whatever. So she yelling at me, yelling. She like, why were they here? My dumb self gonna make up some dumb lie. I'm talking like, bro. I said,
I don't know why they're here. She's like, why were they here? I was like, because Nikki knew that I had a house phone, so she brought Scar over so he could use my phone so he can call his dad. Right?
From the house phone. Which was dumb. That was the dumbest lie I ever came up with. So I'm like, so she was like, all of them needed to come for one person to make a phone call. One of them needed to come. So she went to the phone. She was like, let me see. She was looking at the recent calls or whatever. So she clicked. She called them. Call up the person she was on the phone with, which was pretty clutch because he actually did call his dad to be like, I'm safe, like I'm okay. So he actually did use my phone, but that wasn't why they was there. Anyway, so his dad answered the phone or whatever. Hello? She was like, your son was over here with my daughter, da. She's underage. I guess she thought that they was way older, but they was not older, like they was in the same grade. But she was like, over at my house, nobody was here, she's underage, blah 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 blah, yelling on the phone. So he was like, okay, I'll talk to him when he gets home. He was real calm about it. Hung up the phone. She continued to yell at me, blah blah blah. That's all I really remember is blah 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 blah. To be honest, because she always would yell at me, so it was like, at this point it's annoying. So she ended up leaving out again anyway, and I'm like, dang. And the only thing I kept thinking about was, dang, Blue could have went in the closet because she was gonna go back anyway, so he would have never got caught. That's all I was thinking about. Because I'm like, I don't want him to like be like, I don't know, I just didn't want him to look at me differently or whatever. But he didn't. We were still cool after that. We still dated. He was still my boo. But yeah, I was on punishment, but it was really nothing she could take from me. So like, it was like a regular day, because I was not in no after school programs. I didn't have no phone, had no laptop, had no nothing. It was just me and four walls. Like, I was already on punishment my whole life, so it was really nothing she could do. But that was the time I got caught with 4 boys and my best friend in the house when I was home alone. After that, she was not going for that. She did not let me home alone ever again after that. But yeah, that was the story of the time I got caught. Good old times. If y'all want to hear the story time about this dude Blue that broke my little heart in middle school, comment down below. But yeah, I'm out now.